Y'all don't need to see that. What am I doing? Let me put myself up on the screen here. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the HamShackTV. This is the HamShack Trading Post and Roundtable. Welcome in. Third week. Glad everybody's here. Hope everybody's hearing me okay. We've got a new microphone. I know some of you have seen the drama that surrounded that. So, got the new microphone in. Let me know in the chat if you're hearing me all right. Let's go over the rules for the trading post portion, and then we'll get into some more discussion. Got a whole gaggle of guys here in the back room ready to come in to join the round table discussion. I am going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat. So if you have anything to buy, sell, or trade, you will click on this link, and it's just like joining a Zoom call. So you'll click on the link that I'm dropping in the chat, and you just go ahead and join that way. So the rules of the swap shop are as follows. Equipment must be ham radio, GMRS, or CB related. No off-topic gear will be featured. I will let a computer or two pass here and there, but everything needs to be radio-centric. Participants must join the show on screen. We do not allow text-only or off-camera listings. Number 3, you must be willing to ship. Local pickup is fine if it's an option. However, it cannot be your only option. You must be willing to ship. We do reach people all over the world, so that's the reason we need shipping equipment available here. Let's see here. Stay on topic. The show is for gear exchange only and the roundtable discussion. If you want to join the roundtable discussion, you're more than welcome. Just let us know. We'll be happy to get you involved in that. But we need to stay on ham radio and ham radio related things. No commercial sales are allowed without my explicit consent. This is a community trading post. And if you are a business and are interested in sponsoring the show, please contact me via email at the email address on your screen, josh@884wx.com. The final rule and the most important rule is this is the liability waiver. By participating in this show, whether by watching, buying, selling, or trading, you agree to hold harmless Marler Entertainment LLC and HamShackTV from any and all liability, disputes, and transactions. So, guys, we've got a whole cavalcade full of folks in the room here. We'll go ahead and bring some folks in. There's Andy, the godfather of N0 APX antennas.
Hello, everybody. Great to see you.
We'll go ahead and get Andy's going to scribe for us here tonight. We've got Dave here. Get Dave added, the Hillbilly Ham. Welcome, Dave. Good to see you.
Good evening, everybody.
We've got Marvin. Marvin's new to the show. Met Marvin up at Dayton Hamvention with the Flex radio booth. We'll talk more about Flex here in a little while. Good to see you, Marvin. Glad you joined with us here.
Absolutely. Good evening.
All right. And we've got 2 others in the waiting room, and I think they're here to sell something. So we'll go ahead and jump on in here. Again, I posted the link in the chat. If you are interested in buy, sell, trade, you'll click that link and join it just like a Zoom call. Let's hit the chat real quick and see who's all here. Bill is here. Says, hey, and I see him in the waiting room. We'll grab him in just a second. He's first up for bids. Dave's sitting there waving the hand. Let's see here. Keith is here. Good evening, Keith. Kilo Delta 2, Zulu Romeo Bravo. Let's see here. Tommy B. Good to see you again, Tommy. Thanks for coming in. There's Leroy, M&L Radio Technology. We'll see him in just a minute. He's in the waiting room as well. Let's see here. Keith says my mic is 5'9", so that's great. Hey, Poda Power's in the house. Awesome. Glad to see they're in the house. Hey, Vaughn, and hey,
Julie.
Lord, Julie. God almighty, they're going to shoot me when they see me in Huntsville.
Julie will.
What's wrong with me? Glad to see them here. I really appreciate them. They've been a friend of the channel ever since we got started. Let's see here. And we've seen Leroy already. I think we're all up to date. One more here, and the ham radio guy. Good evening, all. That is Marvin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oops. Well, good evening anyway.
Good evening.
Guys, again, in the chat here, you'll see a link similar to the one that I've got displayed in the screen here. You will click that to join the show and buy, sell, or trade. We need you on screen to buy, sell, or trade. Let me put the banner back in. And let's get started. Let's go on to, let's go ahead and bring Bill on. Hey, Bill, what you got going on tonight?
Hey, Josh, how's it going tonight, buddy?
Good. You all right?
Yeah, doing fine. Just thought I'd jump in here tonight. got a little bit of stuff to sell for y'all. I've got one item that is pretty hot. People want it, but it's very hard to find. I actually have an extra Yaesu FT90. And Josh, you've seen it. It's the smallest full power VHF UHF radio you'll get in your hands. 50 watts VHF, 35 UHF, and it's probably about the size of 2 packs of cigarettes. And they are neat little radios. You'll see a lot of them on eBay. They'll be from Japan. Those have the Japanese band playing on them, so they're not going to do you any good. But they run somewhere between $250 to $300 from Japan. I've got this one. It's US. It's no problems. Works just great. And I'll do $275 on it.
Sounds good.
Okay,
What else you got?
I've got a Yaesu 2890, brand new in the box, never been used, perfect condition. I'll do it for $200. I've got a Anytone 779 new in the box for $90. And I've got stuff I've had on last time. I think everybody pretty much may remember that. If they don't, the big thing out of it is I've got a Anytone Quad 6 with a 300 watt amp to go with it. And I'm gonna drop the price on it. First $350 gets it. And if you look on eBay, that HM305 HD amp is $350 all day long. So basically, you buy an amp and get the radio for free.
How powerful is that amp?
300 watts. You can drive it with about 7 watts and get 275 watts out of it without a problem because I've done it.
Okay, sounds good.
Well,
and what's a good way to get a hold of you?
You're good on QRZ, right, Bill?
Yeah, I'm good on QRZ. I got one more too, Josh, that I picked up the other day. I got an Anytone 5888, new in the box, never been used. Still got plastic on it, everything else. Everything's with it. And I'll do 180 on it.
Is that the UV3?
No, it's just a UV. I'm not
UV.
sure. Well, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head because everything's out in my truck right this moment.
That's good, no problem.
Yeah, it's the 5888. It's VHF, UHF, full power.
Okay.
Outstanding. Well, good. Anything else, Bill?
No, that's about it. I'm glad to see you doing good with this. I've been kind of keeping an eye on it. I couldn't get in much last week. Just dropped in for a minute. Had some stuff going on. But I had a few minutes. I'm going to stick around and watch it. If you need me, holler at me.
We'll be around. You got the link. We're welcome to come back anytime.
All right. Thanks, buddy. See you.
All right. Thanks, man. All right. That's Bill. Appreciate Bill coming in here. Got, let's see here, 5 items. Got the Yaesu FT90, 50 watt VHF, 30 watt UHF, US model for $275. Yaesu 2890 for $200. Got a Anytone 779 for $90. Got the Anytone 6666 300 watt amplifier for $350. Just a little more than $1 per watt. That's a good price if you ask me. Then he's got the Anytone 5888 there UV for $180. You can find Bill KK4PAL on QRZ. All right. And guys, also go check out KK4PAL on YouTube, Ham Radio Unleashed. He's got a great channel. It's a small channel, albeit, but if you're interested in that FT90, he's got a video on it. It's a pretty cool little radio, tiny little thing. All right, let's go grab Leroy. Well, here, I think I've got him. Let's try this again.
Leroy?
I see him in the waiting room. Leroy, if you're hearing me, drop out and join back in. See if that fixes it.
It looks like maybe he's got internet issues, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Looks
perhaps.
like it's completely frozen on him.
Yep.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't want to bounce him, though, because I'm afraid it'll kick him out and not bring him back. Oh, there's a kick option and a ban option. I don't want to ban. I wonder if kick will just let him come back. We will remove if you want to prevent. Okay, yeah, that kick will work. We'll see if that brings him back. I don't want to ban anybody, except for that fool that sent me that crazy email the other day. I don't know if you guys saw that video.
Oh, we did.
All right, guys. Link is in the chat. If you want to join the show, got anything to buy, sell, or trade, go ahead and click on that link and jump in here, and we'll get your items listed here, guys. I still have the ICOM ID52A. It's still available. I've got it for $500, and I still have the ID5100 as well for $500. So if you're interested in either one of those, y'all know how to get a hold of me. You know how to find me.
What was the other one? As an ID 5100?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So if you're interested in either one of those, I will tell you guys this: we did find a house and made an offer today, so I need to get rid of this stuff. I'll take $500 for either one of them, or best offer, good on QRZ, or you can find me here on the channel. Kelly Rose is in the house. Hey, Kelly, good to see you again. KI4JAV. Glad to see you. Let's see here. Andy, Dave, Marvin, y'all got anything you want to sell? I know you got a lot to sell, Andy.
Oh, you know me. I always got stuff to sell, but we can let somebody else go first.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got stuff I'd have to figure out. I know I've got stuff in the. I'm kind of in a pile. I need to figure out what it is though. To exactly list it. I haven't even looked at prices on it. So.
Yeah. Gotcha.
My stuff will sell. Have to be next week. I'm going to give the HamFest first shot at it.
That's reasonable. Speaking of HamFest, while we're waiting on some folks to come in, and we see Leroy, I see you're having troubles there. That's all right. Just try it again. We'll try you one more time here if you try to get back in. Andy, Dave, if y'all want to talk about the big event coming up this weekend?
Go ahead, Andy. I'll let you start.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got the SMARC Hamfest, Southwest Missouri Amateur Radio Club Hamfest, and going to be this weekend, Saturday from 8 to 1. I believe that's correct. And so, yeah, I'm going to have a couple tables there. Dave, I think, is going to have a table or two there. And we're going to, it's generally a pretty nice sized event. Of course, it's nothing, nothing large scale. It's a local Hamfest, but it's a really nice event. I always like going there. There's always a few big names there. And so, yeah, just looking forward to it. I'll be setting up a table dedicated to Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League, and then I'll have another table dedicated to N0 APX antennas. So if you're going to be in Springfield this Saturday, June 7th, stop by and see us.
Got anything to add on that, Dave?
No, pretty much he explained it. It's at the Salvation Army in Springfield.
Yep.
8 to 1.
That's awesome. And all you guys, you probably saw my video from earlier today. We did get bad news today that the Atlanta Hamfest, they canceled it last minute. So there will be no Atlanta Hamfest this weekend. But if you were going to Atlanta, how about turning around and going, 500 miles northwest? Go up and see Andy and Dave at Springfield. I think it'll be a good time. Oh, let's see here. Kelly says museum ships weekend this Saturday and Sunday. We will be activating the USS Tennessee. Hey, I like that.
Nice.
It's a good state. BB 40.
I was just going to mention that, and she beat me to it. So I was just going to pull it up. That's the big news. I thought that maybe that was the big news for the weekend here.
Yeah, there you go. BB 43. That's awesome. I like that. Huntsville, Tennessee. You're not too far from me then. Dave says, I always look forward to ships on the air. I've never really messed with ships on the air, so that'll be something to tune into if I have time.
It's a big weekend event. It happens every June. So
I hear that. Let's see.
Yeah,
here.
because there's museum ships all over the country that get activated.
There is.
You don't hear about it like you do 13 colonies or anything like that, but it's one of the special events I look forward to.
Yeah. Well, we've got 13 colonies coming up too. We'll get to all the contests and fun stuff coming up. I see Leroy, and Leroy is moving now, so I'm assuming he's working. So let's try Leroy. And he just disappeared. Both him and Pota Power disappeared. Well, I don't know what that's all about. Oh, there's Vaughn. Let's go ahead and grab Vaughn. What's up, Vaughn?
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey, Vaughn.
Well,
Fantastic.
Guys.
Is Julie ready to kill me because I forgot her name?
Oh, snap. Speaking of, thank you for reminding me.
You've done it
I
now,
am-
Josh. You've done it now.
I am cooking eggs right now, and okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right. And I was busy getting the StreamYard because you know how much we love StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Ron.
And so I was like, okay, listen, I'm gonna go on StreamYard. I'm gonna set it up real quick. I'm gonna go back and check the eggs, and by then we'll be ready to go on. Nope. They kicked me off. They kicked me on. I hate StreamYard. Anyways, hey guys.
Hey.
So yeah, let's see. We got a tailgate going on this weekend. So if this stuff don't sell tonight,
And there he goes.
Oh boy.
Doggone. I wonder if StreamYard's having issues.
I have issues about every stream I do, but
I give him a
He's
minute
still
here.
showing, but his video's gone and his audio's gone.
Yeah. Vaughn, if you're hearing us, disconnect and come back. Well, there goes Leroy again. Something's got to be up. Oh, well.
you
There
don't
he
have,
is.
like, a
You're
limited-
back.
Oh, there you
it's really not that difficult. You just push the right button. No, Julie called in because she was checking on the eggs.
Oh.
Anyways,
She knows
they'll
you too well.
be all right. Anyways, hey, real quick, I want to do a little rundown. If this stuff don't sell the next day or two, Saturday we're having a tailgate in Ocala. If y'all Florida folks want to catch up on the K4 GSO ham tailgate there in Ocala Saturday morning. If you need any information on that, you can message me on all the things that we message on. But anyways, I got a Linko, basically new in the box, a Linko 50-watt 6-meter FM. FM's kind of getting hot again. 6-meter FM is getting hot again. I don't know if you have a local repeater or not, but 6 meters cool. We have an Alinco dual band handheld. This is actually, don't tell Ray I said this. It's got a hotter receive than the two ICOM handhelds I'm selling. Also, it's got a higher
What are you-
sensitivity. This
What are
is
you
the
asking for the 50-watt rig?
the 50-watt FM rig. I like 185.
185. And how about the handheld?
Is basically new. This one here, I'm asking 155, and it's the VX50.
The X50, okay.
Basically brand new. ICT10 dual band with the cradle charger. I'm asking. I like to get 135 out of this one. This is a little bit older, but it still works perfect. Dual band, 2-meter, 440, 5 watts. Oh, Julie's on.
Mm-hmm. Better be careful what you're
Check
listing stuff
the
for. She'll get
eggs.
you.
I'm telling you, the eggs are burning. And also a brand spanking new VX86. I picked this one up for hamcation and didn't even end up even taking it. VX86 is the 7-watt BNC connector. So I'd like 150 for this one. There you go, fellers. That's all of them for now.
Outstanding.
All right.
Ooh, can I throw in a 2-meter sideband radio?
Of course you can.
All right. Like I said, this stuff, if they don't move the next day or two, it's going to go to a ham fest. Or tailgate, I mean. Let me get sorry, I wasn't ready for this one. There you go.
Oh, let me get it pulled up here. There you go. Ooh.
That is the Kenwood 2-meter FM sideband. It is the TR751A. I'd like 125 for it.
That's
What was the
sharp.
model number again?
The model number is a TR751A.
TR751A.
Yep.
And it does FM and SSB?
Yep.
Wow.
That's
and,
sharp.
and guys, VHF weekend's coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yep. Get it ready. I've got the 9700 raring to go.
Yep, so do I, Vaughn.
Yes, sir.
How do you want people to contact you? QRZ?
Actually, you know what? Let's use my new POTA Power podapower01@gmail.
Podapower01@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
All right,
That's the new website. We got some exciting stuff going on. World Radio League, Ham Radio Prep. That's the one.
nice.
Yeah.
That's the ticket
Represent.
right there. That's the ticket right there. If you would like a 10% off, Podapower 10 on that one,
Or Hamshack TV.
or Hamshack TV. Don't forget. There you go. Don't want to leave out Josh.
Hopefully,
This is his podcast. Anyways, so don't forget that.
Throw our 10% out there.
Spool tenna. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. We set up the off-center fed and also set up the spool tenna last night. I don't even know what day it is. Last night, we set up an off-center fed for 40, 20, and 10. We set up the spool tenna, going the opposite direction. There was a S2 difference, but only in certain directions. The spool tenna did better northeast than the off-center fed. So
Vaughn,
Vaughn.
I really need to get you an
I know.
Fed biscuit here. So
I've been looking for it. I've been looking in the mailbox. Nothing yet. Anyways, I was really kind of hoping
on Discord and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. I was really hoping that
email.
James would have had one. I was really hoping James would have one for me to snag from him at Hamvention. But yeah, so that was exciting. We got Watt cycle battery that's hooked up with us now. We got spool tenna. We got World Radio League, Ham Radio Prep. We are super excited about all the stuff going on at Podapower.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
He needs a 40, not a 20. He needs a 40.
Okay. All right, Vaughn. Hit me up on email, Andy@n0apx.com. We'll talk about it.
You know it, brother. You know it. Thanks so much, Josh. All you guys, good to see you. Appreciate everything you're doing. Y'all stay strong. And I got to get these eggs finished up before she gets home.
Vaughn, you and Julie are welcome to come back anytime you can join the round table. We'd be glad to have you at some point.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. We're going to keep on watching.
Thanks, Vaughn. We'll see you.
See you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, we got Nolan. Better late than never.
Hey,
good
Nolan.
to see you, buddy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's we got one more waiting here to come in with the buy-seller trade. Finally, we have Leroy. Hey, Leroy.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? I hope you can hear me. I'm on my cell phone. Hey, real quick, this is an inexpensive night. I got an Explorer, if y'all can see. The VHF UHF model, brand new in the box. It's got the programming cable and RT systems, the way it comes from that place down there in Huntsville. $50. Yeah, this one's $55. They can reach me at KB3YMG. And then the other one I have is a TYT UV 8000D. It's 10 watt. It's a few years old. I got it in Sevierville and I don't need it anymore because I'd rather do the regular. And it's already programmed from Middle Tennessee. So this one is $50. It comes with 2 antennas, a charger, and a microphone, lapel mic. And this is $50. So, and they can reach me at the same place, KB3YMG@gmail.com. It's always on. Josh, I thank you guys very much, and I'll do my best to listen in. I don't know what's going on with my computer.
I'm wondering if StreamYard's been having issues because Vaughn and Julie were having trouble there a minute ago, so that's all right.
Yeah, it kept telling me that StreamYard was having problems, but I also got a notification that, well, because I'm old and my computer's old, would they say October or September, it will no longer support Windows 10. So
that would be October, and that's when security updates in for Windows 10.
Yeah, so I think, and my son-in-law is an IT specialist, and he keeps telling me I need to get a new one.
Well,
So,
I will say this, and I don't want to get into the Mac versus. Boy, I cannot spell. What a mess. I don't want to get into the Mac versus PC argument here, but I'm a Mac guy. But what I will say is Windows 11 is pretty stable now compared to when it first came out. Boy, when it first came out, I had a nightmare trouble with some other computers that I'm responsible for. But Windows 11 is not bad. It's not bad, but I still like Mac.
well, that's why I have a son-in-law that's an IT specialist. 'Cause I don't know that much about computers. I know how to turn them on and punch one key every hour.
There you go. There you go. All right, Roy. Anything else?
No, sir. If I
You did-
could punch in a little bit about my company, if I
Yeah.
may.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna be in Knoxville in a couple of weeks, aren't you?
A couple of weeks, M&L Radio Technologies will be in Knoxville, Tennessee, at their Hamfest. We were there last year, and we had a really good time. Met a bunch of really good people. And speaking about good friends, it's where KK4 PAL. That's where I met him, and we become really, really good friends. And then we hooked up with Josh, and Josh is good people. So I appreciate everything you guys helped me out with. So hopefully I'll see you guys in Knoxville.
Yeah.
And
hope so.
Yep. So thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. And I'll listen in as long as I can.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Come back anytime.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right. Let's recap what we got here. Got a really good plethora of stuff here. I didn't recap Vaughn's stuff. Vaughn's got an Elenco 50-watt 6-meter rig. This is hard for me to see lines from my angle. I think it's 185 on that. Elenco dual band handheld VX50, basically brand new for 155. An ICT 10 dual band 5-watt with charger, 135. An Icom VX86 7-watt with BNC connector, but 150. And a Kenwood TR751A 2-meter FM and single sideband for 125. Guys, that was a pretty rig if you're just now tuning in. Really, really pretty rig. So snag that up quick. And Leroy just a minute ago in here. Good to see him on the show tonight. QRZ Explorer, VHF, UHF. Guys, those are super easy to program. If you've got a technician in your life or somebody that's new in the hobby, that is a great starter radio for you. So if you're looking for that, QRZ Explorer is a great one. $50 KB3YMG at gmail.com. And Leroy also has a TYT UV8000D 10-watt 2 antennas, charger, and mic for $50 as well. So go check out Leroy. Guys, we dropped it in the chat just a moment ago. Here is the link to buy, sell, or trade. Just click on that link, and it's just like joining a Zoom call. So super, super easy. We don't use Zoom, but it's a very similar program. Let's hit the chat real quick and see what we got here. Make sure we ain't missed anything. Amateur Radio on the Road. Hey, Andy. They're here to see you. You know that?
Hello. Yeah, sure.
Let's see here. Kelly says like and share. Guys, there is 12 people watching this show right now. You know what would make that number go up? Is if you hit that thumbs up button that's down below this whole screen. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the share button. Guys, if you appreciate the show and like what we're doing here, we do have super chats available. That is down below. You'll see a little flashing light down there. You're more than welcome to do that. NARA, that's Michael. I think you might know who that might be there, Marvin. Greetings, Josh. Missed talking to you at Dayton. We'll have to get back to or get together sometime. We will. Matter of fact, I'd like to get you on the show. I'd like you to talk about NARA. It's got some really cool stuff going on with those guys. And you're more than welcome to join now if you want. Let's see here. It says hi to David. Bill says he'll be there at Knoxville. You know Bill will be there. Bill will be there before the doors open. And then Dave says, howdy, Amateur Radio on the Road. Guys, again, if you want to buy, sell, or trade, you can go to the link in the chat there. And that's a good idea, Nolan. I see your private chat there. We'll work on that for a future show, but that's a very good idea. So there it is. We'll leave that up for just a little while and get in here and chat just a little bit. Meanwhile, so we talked about Springfield. You guys, we also talked about the Atlanta Ham Fest being canceled. I don't know what happened with the Atlanta Ham Fest, but it's awfully, awfully strange that we are 2 days out from show and they just canceled it out of the blue. Have any of y'all gotten any tea leaves on what may have happened down there? No.
Or Nolan laughing.
Yeah.
Unforeseen circumstances is what QRZ says.
Well, a lot of stuff happens for unforeseen circumstances, but no one knows what that means. Well, we do know that they've had a history of this. I really hated to see this one because I saw them at Huntsville last year promoting their show, saw them at Raleigh promoting their show, and then we saw them I think I saw them at Dayton promoting the show, and then all of a sudden it's over with. So that's a shame. Have any of y'all ever been to the Atlanta show?
Nope.
I haven't either. I hear it's kind of middle of the road size wise. So, well, anyway, hopefully they'll get back up and running. I know they had some COVID issues a couple of years back and canceled. And then in 23, they canceled. They had the show last year and then canceled this year. So maybe they'll just be an every other year show. Who knows? Bill says they were at Dayton. So I guess this really is a last minute call. Anyway, all right.
Just is it based on just the lack of vendors or people showing up, or who knows?
Who knows? The letter that they published just said unforeseen circumstances. But anyway, speaking of Dayton, Marvin, you've had some cool toys up there, and I'm not going to give free advertising to Flex, but Flex is all the rage right now with that Aurora. You want to tell us a little bit more about that thing?
Yeah. Flex Radio has the new Aurora out that's it's 18 pounds in a box, and it's a 500 watt radio. That is the same size as the 84 8600 radios, and it's got your power supply, your tuner, your the radio, and basically a 500 watt amplifier all in the same box, which is pretty slick. If you want to just load up that 18-pound box and take it to the cabin for the weekend, and versus having to just deal with 100 watts on maybe one of your other little radios, it'd be easy to travel with. And if you want to take it out on field day, you plug it into a generator 110. I think the expeditions are going to be using that, I think, quite a bit. I can see a lot of them potentially picking that up and using it for that purpose. It was pretty amazing. I don't know any other radio that's on the market at this point where we can literally take a brick, put it onto a CW straight key, and hold it there for 8 hours and make the radio still work after that 8 hours, and you don't blow it up. And the internal temperature of that radio is up to like 190, 200 degrees. It was really impressive to be able to see that. So our Flex Radio has really come up with a great product on this. And, I call it a game changer. A few people say, well, why is it really a game changer? It's got a steep price to it. I'm not going to disagree, but at the same time, you start adding up all those components for, what you'd have to go out and buy each of those parts for a tuner and a power supply and all that. You've got your $6,000 back into a radio just like that. So, I think it's a pretty good deal across the board.
But not the small form factor given. For 18 pounds and that small of a box,
right?
500 watts, you got the tuner.
You can't beat it.
No, you really can't.
Yeah. So
now here's the golden question: when is HamShackTV going to get one to demo?
I'll talk to Andy or Mike about that. Good question.
I'm totally kidding.
I'm an employee, so. I've got a 6600 and 8400 I get to play with. Plus, I have my own 8600, so I really own 3 Flexes at this point, which is crazy, but it is a lot of fun. They are super cool radios overall. So,
yeah, I wanted to get over there. We produced a crap ton of videos up there. I wanted to get over there, and I think you saw me a time or two over there, kind of waiting for you. But gosh, you guys were swamped. there all the
Yeah,
time.
we get a lot of people come and they've got questions or problems they're trying to kind of work through and figure out, and sometimes it's a lot of customer education. I don't know that there's any. Well, Yesu does a really good job on customer education as well, and we've got a top-notch help desk that, and I'm putting a little plug-in for him here, but it's a top-notch help desk that really does provide outstanding customer service and help and support across the board. We have a great community of Flex users that is on the community forum, and you really can't really beat it. So if you need help, there's resources out there for it, and we can do an integration with a lot of different things. So I'm working with Andy right now trying to get the World Radio League cat control working. So that's going to be huge. So
well, I can only imagine the power. The power that I envision for World Radio League, joining forces with that Flex, it's just going to be a match made in heaven. It's going to be fantastic.
It will absolutely be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge Mac user myself. I use it every day, and I don't like wind blows, so.
N3WER is in the house. Good evening, buddy. Good to see you here. Andy is the best working on the beta.
Absolutely.
I think he's muted. He swung the mic, but I've never heard any audio.
Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think trying to remember your name based off your call sign. Chris, is that right?
Chris, I believe, is right.
I think I got you. But yeah.
And if I ever call any of you guys by the wrong name, whether you're on the screen with me or in the chat, you got to remember I have 17,000 hams so far. I'm trying to keep up with and adding more and more every day.
Just whatever you do not call me Nolan. No, I'm kidding.
That's fair.
Don't call me late for supper.
That's right. Marvin, I saw your private chat. Absolutely. More than welcome.
And he just replied back. He said he'll do it another time. He's busy with some stuff tonight. So
it's all good.
Yep.
It's all good. That's a really cool organization. I'm excited. We've been talking about doing something together for a long time, just never pulled it off yet.
Yep. I think it's going to be going the right direction. It's going to come around. It's the paperwork is now officially being put together for getting the official organization formed. So it's coming around now. So,
yep, guys, we won't be cryptic here. What we're talking about, National Amateur Radio Alliance. I can't ever remember that. I've got too many acronyms too, just like call signs. But really great organization. It's up and coming. Going to be doing some great things for the hobby. So we'll have them on in short order at some point and let them expose themselves. That's a bad idea. Let them explain themselves of who they are and what they're doing.
Wait a minute. I know who the chairman of that is, and yeah, that
wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good at all.
No.
I wonder if he's going to have a table at Smart this weekend.
That's a good question. What do you know, Andy?
Here in Wisconsin with me.
Oh, okay. So he's not down here.
He's not down there right now.
Yeah. Andy,
Marvin knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Andy, what you got with the antennas going on? What's new?
Well, it's a long tale. Shall I begin at the beginning? So I was trying out a new filament. Polymaker released their new HTPLA this week, and so I grabbed a couple rolls, grabbed HTPLA and an HTPLA glass filled. So the glass filled one I decided to try first. And when somebody says that you need a hardened nozzle for a particular filament, you should probably really listen to them. Yeah, I printed one just fine, was doing some testing on it and stress testing it and stuff, and I tried to print another one and it would not work. Nothing worked. And I put just regular old PLA back in, still wouldn't work. And I was realizing this PLA is coming out in a much thicker stream than I'm used to. So it literally blew out the nozzle on me. So I had to change the nozzle. Now I got to get the settings all dialed back in for regular PLA. And then I'm going to try the HT PLA without it being glass filled and see if that one maybe works a little bit better. But But yeah, just trying some new filaments. But yeah, I mean, I've still got several units printed up and ready to assemble and or ready to pack up in kits. So if you want them, just go on over to n0apx.com and grab you one or two or 5 or 20 or however many you want. You're muted, Josh.
You're muted.
Every time, every show, every freaking show. I was going to say we gotta give Jason a little bit of struggle there, or a little bit of razz for him not showing up tonight. I know he's working, but wasn't he promising that you would have a few sales there? That way you could shoot off those fireworks.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him yet, but yeah, we'll see if they show up. I'm not going to blame him. He's working hard just like the rest of us. So I will say,
Andy.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Since he's not here, you need to set off the fireworks.
I will say, we may very soon start including these little S-beaners in the kit. I've got a new, a slightly updated model here, where this S-beaner just clips right in to the keeper hole where the antenna wire goes. So we may start including those in with the antenna. That way they're easier to hang in a tree, on a fence, wherever you're going to hang it. So probably start throwing those into the kit. And yeah, and what they're referring to is I have an effect here where I can shoot off fireworks by giving my camera 2 thumbs up. My Mac throws that effect on here. So if I'm gonna watch for any antenna sales, and if anybody buys any during the stream, you'll get fireworks. So just go on over there and buy it as many times as you want to see fireworks.
Speaking of special effects, nobody's done it yet, but we have a little thing. If you do a super chat, we do a little thing called Play the Clip. So if you want to know what the clip is, if you're new here and don't know what the clip is, go down there and hit the super chat button. We certainly appreciate all that. Also, guys, we have channel memberships available, and channel memberships will get the clip played too. Those are as cheap and easy as $2.99 a month. Super chats are a one-time deal, but you can click the join button down below next to the subscribe button to do the channel membership thing. Got to shout out a few channel members here. We got 3 channel members. One would be KO4DDG. Soul Studios, appreciate Jason. Got Berwin Rogers, who I called Berwin Lockwood earlier in the video, and that wasn't right. I blended him with Jason. So I appreciate those 2 guys on the technician tier. And then we've got Jason, who is not with us tonight. He is on the extra class tier. So appreciate all those channel members. And we're just going to keep growing this thing, y'all. And don't forget, I'm giving away an HF radio at some point. We got to get to 10,000 subscribers before we do it. Don't know what HF radio yet, but we are planning it. We're about 2,200 subscribers away from doing that giveaway. So we're taking small bites.
You need to do a giveaway with an end-fed biscuit.
Do what?
I say you need to do a giveaway with an end-fed biscuit.
We might have to work that out. We might work out something.
There you go.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll go ahead and commit to that. We'll add an end-fed biscuit to the giveaway. So
there you go.
we'll commit to that. So we'll do an HF radio and one of the N0 APX specials, and we'll make it work. Let's see here. Saying good evening. Got Chris doing all kinds of chats here. Yes, wireless electric radio. That's what I'm knowing. That's good. I like that. That's good. A good acronym. Or newer. Newer's good. So that's cool. Well, we haven't talked to Nolan. I don't even know if Nolan said one word yet. What you got going on?
I was late today. Sorry. So Josh,
does that mean you're going to have to stay after school?
Probably. Josh, do we grill Marvin today? Because we got the Flex expert this week.
I mean, that's what he's here for. Well, he's not here. Let's be clear on this. Marvin is not here in an official capacity with Flex.
Right.
But
maybe, just
feel
maybe,
free.
He can answer the question, what is RMDR?
Where are you seeing that at, or where's it come from?
So on Flex's website, under the products, there's 115 dB, 2 kilohertz RMDR. And the only thing that we could come up with last week was the sensitivity of the receiver.
Is it under the radio and amateur products?
It is under the features on all of the Flex series.
Let me go see that real quick.
None of us could come up with what RMDR was. I'll let you do some little research on that.
I'll look for that real quick. Yeah, I'm curious now.
So we up in Pennsylvania here, we have been enjoying hunting for aurora, given the degrading band conditions. We were out Sunday night at Cherry Springs State Park, which is it's a dark sky park, and that was disappointing to say the least. We went out, so it's about an hour and a half north of where we are right now. We went out probably 7-8 o'clock. It's also a POTA site. Got my POTA shack all set up. Of course, I expected to not make any contacts at all, which I didn't. Tried to work satellite. I had technical difficulties on that one, so that didn't work. And then we stayed until about 2:30 in the morning, and we did not see any aurora at all. So we missed the aurora, I missed the satellites, and I also missed my POTA activation. So that was a
bust.
That was a rough Sunday.
Should have had an N0APX end-fed biscuit.
I should have. I was actually running my X-Tenna. Oh, you can't see that with the blur. Anyway, you know what an X-Tenna looks like. And I had it sit next, so I was running 100 watts on my X-Tenna, and I had it sitting next to me the other day, and I looked down on it, and over on the corner it says max 60 watt single sideband. And I realized that may be part of my problem. So I'm going to start trying to use the dually, and I think the dually is rated for 100 watts. I was trying to look at it yesterday and I got distracted, and I don't know for sure. But one thing about the dually is it does not have this little switch over on this side here. I don't know if that's in focus or not.
Blow you up. There you go.
But there's a little switch over on this side that allows you to select whether you want 49, 56, or 64-1. And I think that switch is the power limiting factor on this antenna. Not 100% sure.
Just saying, if you get an end-fed biscuit 40, you can run 100 watts single sideband, no problem. I've had guys tell me they've run 100 watt single sideband through the end-fed biscuit 20 for an hour. I don't recommend it, but I mean, I've had guys tell me that they've done it with no problem. So
we've got a couple of folks that may have some answers here that we're looking for. Yep. John says reciprocal mixing dynamic range. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
There we go.
It's what I'm reading here is a relative level of undesired signal and offset a kilohertz from the RX passband, which will raise the noise floor by about 3 dB.
So explain, because not all of us are engineers on the show, and not all the watchers are engineers either. Can you explain that to me like I'm 5?
It's basically you can take the strong unwanted signals and unavoidably generate a mask of the unwanted signal using that, and that's about the best I can tell you. I don't really know. That's not my expertise here.
So is that kind of like filtering?
Josh, you put me on the spot on that. I honestly couldn't tell you guys. I don't know. So there may be somebody in the channel that knows more about that than I do, even so.
Somebody said phase and AM noise.
So yeah, we'll hit a couple of these comments here. RMDR versus preamp gain receiver A and DB is the understanding. Also says phase and AM noise. John says it's a performance spec, and then Chris again says yes.
So my background is I come from the Elecraft world. So when I'm thinking of things, Elecraft has filters. They have a noise reducer, a noise blanker, and a notch filter on the Elecraft that helps alleviate those unwanted signal noises. And that's what we were trying to figure out last week on the show, is what that RMDR
is, yeah. Maybe I'll have to find out. We'll come back to that, revisit that next week or something. So
you're always welcome.
I won't be able to make it next week. I'll be
Josh,
sitting
if you don't mind. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Marvin.
Oh, I was going to say I'll be sitting on a cruise boat. So
take me with you.
It's a 25-year anniversary. I'm sorry, Josh, you're not going.
I'll hide. I'll hide. I'll get in steerage. I don't care.
Are you bringing a radio on this cruise?
Oh, there's a Radio Shack on every cruise boat.
Yes. So this is our 25-year anniversary for my wife and I, and we were going to plan on doing this in 20 years, but COVID took care of that, so we ended up going to the 25-year mark, and so we're going to Alaska. And yes, I've got in Ketchikan, I'll be operating a park from that location. So I've got my little ICOM 705 with a 100-watt amplifier I'm taking with me. So it's all going to be powered by a battery and should be good to go.
Never mind. I don't want to go. It's too cold.
Actually, it's like 55 to 65 degrees there right now. It is chilly.
That sounds nice. Andy. If you don't mind, Josh, we were talking about band conditions. I was just going to say it is looking a little bit better here. Finally starting to clear up a little bit.
That's good.
The A's down to 14 and the K's down to 2. It got way up there for a little bit, but
yeah, but
a little bit better.
Last weekend they said the bands were wiped out. I will agree. When the sun came up, the bands around here went dead silent. But as the sun went down, bands opened up. I didn't get to do much Sunday night, but Saturday night, I started making all kinds of hunting POTA stations Saturday night.
Oh, there you go.
But I will say, during the day, Saturday, I couldn't even find an FT8 signal.
Did you tune up to 7.200?
No. That'll always be there. So I don't use them for propagation.
No.
But yeah, Saturday, I will admit, I couldn't even find an FT8 signal on 20 meters.
A lot of people, I specifically, I'll shout out K9JU. He's a former technician for Motorola back in Chicago many years ago. He's retired now and lives here in Tennessee, but he's very, very intelligent on this solar weather and stuff like that, and propagation and all that good stuff. And he actually uses FT8 to be able to tell conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll look and see how many decodes there are on 10 meters, and that gives him a pretty good idea of how far things are getting out. Is it dead? Is it not? That kind of thing.
But I would say too. Go ahead.
I was teaching myself all about the aurora this week, and correct me if I'm wrong, but so I have an app, Space Weather Live. Again, It's blurred out. You can't see that, but so Space Weather Live, they have the solar wind. In order to have aurora conditions, you have to have a high wind speed. You're like 1,000 kilometers per second. Density also has to be high. Doesn't have to be, but it helps. And they had a term called BZ, and BZ was the more north it is, the better. So like right now it's 0. But that was in the graphs. And so this data all comes from a satellite. Are we going to call it a satellite? An instrument in the whatchamacallit field. What's that field that lies between the sun and the earth and it's in orbit?
Oh, you had to ask that.
Yep.
I see the smoke coming out of all 4 of our ears trying to figure this out.
We just failed our technician exam, probably.
Yes. Andy, by the way, y'all, Andy had
You
a
talking
doctor
about
a minute.
the ionosphere, the layers? What are you talking about, Nolan?
It's the orbit that this satellite is in. Lagrange point. That's what it is.
Yep.
The Lagrange point. So there's a satellite sitting at the Lagrange point collecting all of this data. So before it hits the Earth, this satellite is telling us about 15 minutes before it hits the Earth, it's telling us what the wind speeds are currently going to be or currently are at the Lagrange point. So it was kind of cool to see this as we were watching for the aurora that we never saw.
Yeah, well, what's interesting about that when we had that G5 last year, everybody swore up and down you could see it, and I saw a very faint pink streak in the sky. But I actually went up, and we lost no one. I actually went up on the Cherahalla Skyway, the Foothills Parkway, to try to get a better look at it, get away from city lights and stuff like that. Couldn't see it, and it happened to collapse that night. But apparently, they were seeing it as far south as Alabama and extreme northern Florida last year.
that was
actually,
that
there
was-
was people down in southern Florida that were able to use their cameras and their phone cameras and see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Mass when that happened, and then, like I said, he was supposed to have this this last, earlier this week. We were supposed to see it. I'm up here in Wisconsin. I'm in the middle of the country, and overlooking the. I have no city lights around me, so it should have been pretty good. But we also had clouds, so that didn't help either. So
Yeah.
Well, just like with radio waves, when they talk about when the solar flares hit, it wipes out radio. Complaining on the internet, you want to find out if it's truly wiped out, get out and throw calls out, is what I tell everybody. Because it's just like when the solar cycle's in its low, everybody's going to say the bands are dead, but I'll bet you they're not making calls on the radio. It's like with that G5, that one kind of was strange with the radio because it flip-flopped everything. 40 was great during the day, and 20 was great at night, doing the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Chris says no antenna questions, Nolan.
So I should run outside and I don't know if I can. I don't think I can pull it down. It's currently routed outside in a failing position. But so last week, this is what we were talking about last week here. Let me go change my camera settings here to unblur this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Virtual background and no virtual background. All right. So now we're rocking. All right. So this was what I was using to make an antenna. And if you can see here, it's got numbers and it's got inches from 0 all the way up to the end here. I went as far as like 36 inches to note on here. So taking a PVC pipe and turning it into a ruler is really helpful when you're making an antenna. But then what I was doing was I have, let me see if I can, nope, not able to pull that down. Anywhosin, we have some RG58U 50 ohm coax cable, and we have, let's see here, we have some of these. I'll grab a separate one so I don't have to undo that. Some of these god awful, I don't even know where I got them, but these twist on BNC connectors, which are useful in a pinch, but I can't imagine they're very reliable. And what we were having was SWR issues. So as I would basically what I did was I took the antenna, I stripped the jacket off, stripped the shield off. I believe it's somewhere around 17 inches is a 2-meter dipole. Strip the shield off, strip the jacket off, strip the core, the dielectric off, and I was getting some weird SWR issues. I was trying to tune it, and I took myself out of the circuit by inserting the antenna into this PVC tube and holding the PVC pipe instead. And as I moved the antenna in the PVC pipe, the SWR changed. So maybe I can run outside real quick and free that antenna up and we can show it live here. But that was the antenna issues. Take a hold on me. 50 ohms is
50 ohms, key okay. Then says like a light bulb at 50 ohms.
Yeah, but I know somebody'd argue with the 50 ohms.
I don't even understand. Take a volt ohm meter, 50 ohms is key okay. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to either.
You can make a duct tape antenna for like 89 cents. I've never heard of a duct tape antenna.
I've never heard of a duct tape antenna either.
Sounds good. I mean, I'm in Tennessee. We use duct tape for everything.
I have heard of a tape measure Yagi, and I have I have a few failed tape measures that are just waiting to be turned into an antenna.
A lot of people use tape measure antennas for what's it called?
Direction finding.
Fox hunt.
They're great fox hunting antennas.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard
but
that.
You could also make a Doppler too, even though that's cheating.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, but a lot of guys use them.
They do. They do. Gary's in the house. Hey, Gary, I don't think I've seen you around. Appreciate you being here. Oh, don't know where Andy had to disappear to, but he's still
we actually got a guy around here that once a month is putting on fox hunts. We're going to parks, and he's putting out 4 micro foxes to get people involved in it. Next month, not June, but in July, he's got one. He built a 65-watt fox. We do a driving hunt with that one. Do it in a 20-mile radius, and most people are going to say, "Oh, a 65-watt radio, that'd be easy to find." It's actually harder to find in those driving ones than it is when you're doing a walking hunt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the signal's so much stronger, you're not really sure which way it's coming from, and it can bounce off a lot more, items or buildings. So, yeah.
Speaking of fox hunts, there was a youth fox hunt up at Hamvention, and I don't remember who put the fox hunt on, but I guess it was Dara. I don't know, but
I think it was Dara.
They actually planted the fox at Jason's trailer, Ham Radio 2.0's trailer. We don't think they ever found it. We never saw anybody come find it. None of us knew exactly where it was either. But apparently one of their officials came up and told Jason, don't be surprised if you see a bunch of kids come up. I don't think anybody ever found it.
I figured you were going to say they put it in Parachute Jesus's backpack.
So it's funny you mentioned that too. There was a lot of funny discussions up there, and of course you get all of us guys around each other, and we shoot it and have fun with it. But I was up there, just fussing about how the fact they would not let me fly my drone up there. They hard no on that, and I'm like, I emailed them. I said, okay, well, you've given me media credentials. Can you give an exception for media? They said, absolutely not. That is a federal regulation. And I said, okay, well, I went and looked at my, my chart. There is no federal restrictions over the Greene County Fairgrounds. So I emailed them back and said, this isn't right. Give me another excuse. Well, it's a Greene County rule. Okay, I can accept that. But nonetheless, I didn't bring it with me. But Jason and them, they all said, just go off property and fly it. and just don't come on the property with it. I was like, well, I don't want to jeopardize my credentials, but maybe we'll do that next year. But the reason that's related, you were talking about Parachute Jesus a minute ago. By the way, guys, go check out Life at Terminal Velocity. He had a really, really cool video that he released a couple days ago. It was all of us at Troll Pub. And he went around and asked everybody in the room, who's your favorite ham radio YouTuber? The answer may or may not surprise you. And it's not me. So shame on y'all. But it was a really good video. But anyway, back to Parachute Jesus. We were talking about that because we wanted to have him be able to jump and land at Hamvention. They wouldn't allow that either.
Nope, they've never allowed him to do that. He did get his jump off for the kids though to make contacts with him on Sunday.
I actually got him. I got him myself. Whenever he releases that video, you'll hear me. I got him. Jason got him. There was a couple others that were nearby that got him, but yeah, it was bulk kids, and that was cool. I'm glad he got to do that, and he'll be jumping again at Huntsville.
Yep.
So hopefully he doesn't throw his freaking ICOM out of the plane this time.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it was an interesting story. That's the first time I met him. I was just dying laughing.
Got the radio back too.
Yeah, and it still works.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's a little beat up, but I mean, I think he said it landed on somebody's roof or in their backyard or something like that.
So fell 10,000 feet and still works. I guess that's a good testament.
There's a reason I have all ICOM equipment except for my Kenwood THD 75. I love that radio.
I am the new owner of an ICOM radio.
Oh, we got.
So it is a new to me. It's going to be secondhand coming in. An ICOM 9700 to support satellite operations.
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love that radio. That's well, no, I did win an ICOM ICV 3500, but the only true ICOM I got is my 9700, and I got that for satellites.
Yep. Yeah, I've been so. I actually just made my first satellite contact last night. I've really been struggling. I actually helped somebody get their satellite contact before I got mine on my equipment. On the 13 Colonies week, which is coming up here soon.
Yep.
And they got one of the colonies on a satellite, and I was really kind of salty about that. There was a K3 SBA. He's a good friend of mine. So, anywhosen, I took a break from it for a while because I got frustrated with it. I was using 2 HT radios, and between the Doppler shift, tuning for the Doppler shift, lining up, I have a Aero 2 440 2-meter 440 antenna, which is great for satellite contacts. But I'll tell you what, the thing only weighs like 1.5 pounds, but when you're holding it in the air for 15 minutes, the thing weighs like 70 pounds.
It does.
So I've been using two HTs for a little while, trying to make that work, and it's just doing the tracking and the Doppler shift and then trying to remember call signs. It's too much. So I've gotten to a point where I got my contact in. I finally went outside the other day. I used 15 watts on my ICOM 2820. Got into the satellite full quieting. It was SO50 and made the contact, confirmed it on QRZ. So I'm good. I'm good with that now. I've made the contact. I'm good to go. Now I can start building on the basics of, all right, now I can get the 9700 do full duplex. I can get the satellite tracker. I can get the Yaesu G5500. I can get the sat pack antennas, and I can actually have fun making satellite contacts instead of trying to worry about the fundamentals and roughing my way through it.
That's awesome. Let me hit the chat here. couple of important things going on here. Gary says, I'm going for my ham license test. That's great. You got another comment I'll get to here in just a minute. KJ3FF Experience is here. Good evening, guys. Appreciate you being here. Chris says, even more fun, Google a beer can J-pole.
I did that. I couldn't find it, so maybe he'll be able to throw the link in.
Yeah, throw us a link there, Chris, if you have one. Let's see here. Gary says, hey, how does it take to take the test? Are you saying how long? If you're saying how long it takes, it just depends on your pace.
Yep.
As a VE that has tested, I don't know, 500 candidates or so, I've seen somebody take 3 minutes to take the test, and I've seen somebody take 2 hours to take the test.
It also depends on the test too, because one
Yes,
of them's
it does.
35 questions, the other one's what, 50?
Yes, he's going to be going for tech. So
That's
35 questions.
Yep, that's 35 questions. A lot depends on your comprehension and how far along you are. Now, 2 recommendations I'm going to give. And the first one I'm going to say is shame on you, Vaughn, for coming in here plugging POTA Power on Ham Radio Prep. But beyond that, go to Ham Radio Prep and use my coupon code HamShackTV. They will give you everything you need to pass that test. And so much so they have that money back guarantee. So HamShackTV.com. No, HamRadioPrep.com and use code HamShackTV. You'll get 10% off. The second thing I'm going to tell you, and I see your hand there, Andy. I'll come to you here in a second. My advice is once you've taken your course through Ham Radio Prep, I want you to take practice tests over and over and over and over again. And then once you score consistently, and when I say consistently, I mean about 5 times in a row. When you score an 80% or above 5 times in a row, you're ready. You will pass that test most likely.
Go take it. Don't wait. As soon as you're consistently, don't wait.
Yep. Jump on it. Next exam session you can go do it. And there are folks that do online VE testing. It's not hard to find. So check that out. Andy, I know you're patient. You're jumping at the bit. What's up?
Oh, I was just giving you a thumbs up for your HamShackTV code for the Ham Radio Prep. We've got I did my general study before I ever joined their team with Ham Radio Prep, and it's amazing the way they Professor Jim and the team has laid it out. But we've also got other courses on there if you're interested, like Ham Radio Basics. We've got we're working on a satellite and space course right now. It's going to be really, really fun.
Maybe I should take that one.
We got an emergency communications course. Yeah, you should. It'll be out for too long. And we've got an emergency communications course as well. So we've got several, and Josh has been great to work with. So use his code and get your discount. I have never tested in person. I've took both my tech and my general online, and I mean, online resources are really, really good these days. So don't be afraid to take your test online. The rules that they have for online tests seem really scary at first, but they're really easy. They're just really easy. The VEs are great, and if you get a group of guys that cares enough to set it up online, they're probably going to be good VEs. So it's a really good program to be able to do that. And the first test I took was my tech test, and I did not score. I scored. I passed the test, but I didn't score 100%. On the general test, I studied with Ham Radio Prep, and I scored 35 out of 35 on that one. So that ought to say
that's why that money back guarantee's there, y'all. It works. It works good.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Josh, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Marv.
I've got to jump here. I've got to take a call, and I got to answer this call. So anyway, thanks for letting me join, and we'll catch you again in a couple weeks here. So
you're welcome anytime, buddy.
See you, Marvin.
Stay warm up here in Alaska.
I certainly will. All right, take care, guys.
We'll see you.
Bye. Bye.
Let me hit Chris here. Chris is saying, who's trading? Well, that's a good question. We did have some listings. I'll hit those listings real quick if some of you folks are sitting here waiting. And also, we'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat. If anybody's got anything to buy, sell, or trade, you're welcome to join the show. You'll see this link in just a second. you can go ahead and click on that link, and it's just like joining a Zoom call. Very, very similar. So we'll hit everything here. Bill, KK4PAL, Ham Radio Unleashed, has five items up for bids tonight. Yaesu FT90 for $275, a Yaesu 2890 for $200, an Anytone 779 for $90, an Anytone 666 for $30. I don't like that number. 660. It's thank God it's got 4 sixes instead of 3. But it's a 300 watt amplifier for $350, and also an Anytone 5888 UV for $180. That's KK4PAL, and he is good on QRZ. Moving on, we have
that Anytone with the 300 watt amplifier. That's actually a radio and an amplifier.
Oh,
I
okay.
miskeyed there and didn't put the word "with" in there, so it's both.
See, I'm like the newsman. I read the prompt. I just read this like a teleprompter. You put a question mark on there, I'm liable to turn into Ron Burgundy. I'm Ron Burgundy. All right, moving on. I have 2 items myself here, and actually, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give somebody a deal right now.
I'm loading up PayPal. Come on, what you got?
Yep. Here we go. Now, on my ICOM 5100 that's sitting right there, if somebody contacts me and wants to buy it before I go off the air tonight, now keep in mind, some of you will watch this in post-production. You have to be watching this live, but if somebody contacts me before the end of the show while I'm live, I will sell that ICOM ID 5100 for $400 plus shipping. $400 plus shipping. That you have to contact me before the end of the show. Let's see here. Also, the 5100 or the 52A is available still. That radio is practically new. I've only had it since Huntsville last year. Nothing wrong with it. I decided to upgrade to the Kenwood D75. That's the only reason I'm letting it go. I'm looking for $500 on it. And I'm good on QRZ, or just contact me through YouTube. However, let's see here. Pota Power came in. It's good to see them on the show tonight. They need to come in here more.
Oh yeah.
A Linko 50 watt 6 meter FM rig, $185. A Linko dual band handheld VX50, basically brand new, for $155. An ICT 10 dual band 5 watt with charger, $135. ICOM VX86 7 watt with the BNC connector for $150, and a Kenwood TR751A 2 meter FM sideband, a single sideband. You don't see a whole lot of these rigs, but it had our jaw dropped when we saw it. It's beautiful in immaculate condition. Vaughn is looking for $125 on that. Somebody's going to steal that radio.
It's a great radio, and remember, guys, VHF contest is coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah. That's what you want to wear that out. And you want to participate in that contest on World Radio League. Just remember that.
Absolutely. It's there.
So that's Vaughn, KG4
Thanks,
VET.
Brad.
Yep. KG4 VET, potapower01@gmail.com. Finally, Leroy came in here. He has a couple items here. KB3 YMG, QRZ Explorer. This is good for any new hams or not so technical savvy hams. The Gigapart sells these brand new, but Leroy's got one brand new as well. QRZ Explorer, super easy to program, VHF, UHF. He's looking for $50 on it. And finally, the TYT 8000D, 10 watt, two antennas, a charger, and a mic, $50. That's KB3YMG@gmail.com, or he is good on QRZ. Let's see here, John.
Josh, should we?
Yeah.
Josh, should we auction off your 5100? I'm gonna bid
Negative.
400 here now. I'm gonna bid 5. I'm gonna bid 5 down here.
Wait, you're an auctioneer?
You've had some practice.
How do I not? How am I not
just do that right off the street? You've had practice.
How am I not surprised that you're an auctioneer? You've kind of got that look. Just need to put a cowboy hat on him.
I'm not an auctioneer, but I've definitely practiced.
I'm
not an auctioneer, but I definitely have practiced.
I suck at it, but I would love to learn how to do it. it's super expensive to get your auctioneer's license too. But it's kind of
go start listening to the Livestock Marketers Association YouTube channel and the World Livestock Auctioneer Championship. Those guys are insanely good.
I kid you not. I'll be laying in the bed. This is a bad habit of me. I got my phone watching YouTube with my AirPods in my ear. Then the next morning I can't find my AirPods because they're somewhere in the bed. But sometimes I'll go to sleep listening to that stuff. I don't know why. $50. Yeah. Now that I'm on stream, I can't do it. But I used to do that. Do the chant to my wife, and she'd start laughing at me.
You know, Josh, you brought up
400 down here now, but a bit 5. I'm at 5 down here now, but a bit 10. But not 10 over there now, but a bit 15 over here now. But
You've got another career if you ever get out of the league. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, you brought up World Radio League for the contesting. And anybody that don't know, they do actually have contests set up to where you click on that contest and join the contest like it says to log it with. It actually just sets up what you need to log for the contest. So, guys, if you're not playing with World Radio League, you need to go check out that logging software.
There's a heck of a lot of World Radio League content on my page. I've had Andy on, and that's been one thing that we've done. We've gone centric with World Radio League, given the demonstration and all for it. So y'all check it out. I think you'll love it. I don't ask anybody just to join the channel and hang out. So we've appreciated them, and it's been fun to watch them grow. They've been going about as long as I have now. Yeah, so that's it. Have we had anybody join the buy, sell, trade? No, we have not. So we are up to date. Have we lost somebody? Yeah, we lost Marvin. That's right. He had a drop. So anyway. Well, speaking of contests, let's talk about contests. I knew we were going to talk about that a minute ago. And
pin that ships post. There's a ships post a little bit back there.
Yeah.
This weekend.
How do I take... Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong button.
National Amateur Radio Lines. Don't forget to promote Museum Ships Weekend.
Yep. Museum Ships on the Air. Ships on the Air weekend.
Good night to Gary, by the way.
See you, Gary.
He's heading out. So
I didn't know you could do all that, Andy. Now
Gary.
You have co-hosts.
Guys,
that's great.
Yes,
here it is.
Don't forget if you want to see... Oh, go ahead. Yeah, here.
Yep, here it is. National Amateur Radio Alliance. Don't forget, promote Museum Ships Weekend. It is this weekend. And this is a good one, y'all. The Hurricane Watch Net 60th anniversary special event is this weekend as well. They will operate as Whiskey X-Ray 5 Hotel Whiskey November. Also, y'all don't forget, too, now that hurricane season has started, it's now June 5th. Welcome to hurricane season. HamShackTV live streams to Hurricane WatchNet. So if you're not near your HF rig and want to listen in, I can't promise it's the best signal in the world, but we will have it up.
This is going to be a wild weekend for ham radio.
Be a great time for a solar flare, right?
We got the 1010 International Open Season PSK contest. So there's some digital. The VK Shires contest. The TISA Cup CW contest, a Wake Up QRP sprint, Atlantic Canada QSO party, the UK SMG summer contest, the Kentucky QSO party, the IARU Region 1 Field Day CW, the RSGB National Field Day, and the ARRL International Digital Contest, all this weekend.
Wow. And don't forget, Field Day is what? 2-3 weeks away?
Yep.
And then what else? We've got the ships thing that's going on. W9 IMS is already
Kentucky
over.
QSO party? That's this weekend.
Yep. Kentucky QSO party. You know who I'm looking for? Vermont QSO party. I just realized that I'm 2 states away from Worked All States. One of them's Vermont. The other one is Delaware. And I'm in Pennsylvania.
I've got Worked All States with Logbook of the World. I've got it with QRZ. Still working on it on World Radio League. The more users come online with it, the faster that'll build up, though. I am the big thing I'm working on right now is worked all states with Ole Miss.
Yep.
I'm still trying to chase that down, and the two that I think I'm going to be waiting the longest on is Alaska and Hawaii.
What's Ole Miss?
Old Man International Sideband Society or something like that.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's an awards club. That's all it is. They have nets on basically every night on every band, and you just hear people you work, or you hear people you want to work and work them. They usually give you usually one contact or so.
Depends on the net.
Yeah.
There's one of the 40-meter nets that if conditions are halfway decent, you actually get two.
Yeah, I've heard that before. And sometimes they'll play around with the log too. If it's a Ole Miss number with a number less than, I don't know, throwing a number out there, let's say 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say that station will be free. So you can work them, but you just can still get another contact. They do things like combo stations. Like if you're not only working your personal station, but you're also throwing your club's call out there, that can be a combo. So you can get both of them for the price of one. And the cool thing about Ole Miss is you can join Ole Miss for just $10, and it's a lifetime membership. And
you don't have to join to be part of the nets either.
No, it's just you have to join in order to get the awards, but and to get an Ole Miss number. My number is 15645.
I'd have to go look. I ain't been on Ole Miss in a few months because it's been busy with work.
Yeah.
So some people might be asking what the TISA Cup contest is, because I was thinking of that as I was going through. I wondered what that was. That is contact radio amateurs around the world, especially with the TISA Riverside countries. Ukraine, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Serbia, using 60, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10-meter amateur bands.
What is Andy doing?
Probably making a biscuit.
His printer must have messed up.
Hit another nozzle blowout.
I was taking the last print off of the printer. Yeah,
Tell
I'm
you what,
taking the
Andy,
last print off the printer.
We need to talk. If you haven't got any, you need to try PCTG.
Taz says, I've only worked all states with POTA. Some were challenged, but got them. You want to know how to get your worked all states really easily? FT8. If you focus on FT8, you'll knock that crap out in a week or less.
Taz, were you hunting or were you activating?
That's a good question.
We're all patiently waiting for his response.
Well, still to work all states with POTA, that's still impressive, whether it was hunting or activating.
It's way easier to work all states as an activator.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you have a beam, then it might be
Dave,
easier.
My connection was, I was fighting with my connection a minute ago, Dave, when you said I needed to talk to you about what again?
You need to try PCTG.
Yeah, I've got a roll of it in here, but my Ender 3 V2 Neo, I'm a little scared to try it. I'm hoping to get a new printer. I've got just about where I can get a new one. If I just sell a few more biscuits, then I can pick up a new printer. I'm hoping to get the I'm looking at the K1C, the Creality K1C. It looks like a really good one. I may move towards that one.
Are you coming to Huntsville, Andy? I know I've asked you that a million times.
No, I won't be in Huntsville, I don't think.
Gigaparts has a heck of a selection of printers. I mean, huge.
Nice.
So
nice.
And
well,
you can
Andy, we'll have to work something out because I can print you up a sample.
Okay. Yeah. We'll definitely talk. Hit me in Discord and we'll definitely talk. And if you want to see the fireworks, don't forget we'll give you a fireworks effect if you buy one tonight. So.
And I want to play the clip, and I haven't got to play the clip yet. So somebody needs to go drop a super chat.
Well,
All right,
Josh, tell you what, if you buy an in-fed biscuit tonight, I'll give you a super chat. How about that?
I'm gonna have to buy one anyway because I promised everybody that I'm gonna give one away with the radio. Oh my goodness! Speaking of super chats, are you here to make me play the clip?
Yeah, I'm here. Put me on for a minute.
Hey, there, you're here. You're on.
Yeah, you guys are live from GSL International Airport.
Ah,
I'm on my break real quick. I just got done doing about 10 planes. I'm a little tired, but I'm hanging. I figure I'll give it a minute or two. Hello, family. How you doing?
What's up?
Not much.
doing good. We had Marvin from Flex Radio on a little while ago. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. It was good.
Yeah, I watch it. How's it go?
Yeah, it's good. We learned some stuff.
Cool. Did you get me back on?
Let
Yeah.
me know when you place those in-fed biscuit orders, Jason. I'm kidding you. I'm kidding you.
What, Andy? What'd you
I
say?
said, let me know when you place those in-fed biscuit orders. But I'm
You
kidding
know.
you.
You know, you just look at your shipping orders and you'll see the big.
We've been waiting to shoot fireworks all night, Jason.
Oh, just wait. I just need to
Josh.
save 2 pennies. I might buy all his stock out.
Josh, you'd mentioned about Andy's hat. And if you go to his website, that auctioneer's hat is on his head.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I forgot about that.
Are you guys? What? Hear something funny?
Always.
There's something that Trucker Ham said. You know, where he said, "Oh, because he doesn't know no code, he's not a ham radio." I got done doing POTA. I went to the lower channel, lower frequency on 40. Started rag chilling with these hams. And he asked me, what kind of radio you got? I said, FT891. How many watts are you running? 100 watts. He said, are you running a QRP radio? And I just started to play the card like,
Were you on 7.200?
no, actually, I was on 7.145 or 7.150, something like that. But no, it wasn't 200. And then I just took a slight pause and I'm like, I just told you what radio I had. I got it 400 watts. And he's telling me 100 watts is a QRP radio. Okay.
And on what?
That's why I asked if you were on 7.200.
No.
Because most of those guys think 1500 minus 1 is QRP.
Oh, I know.
Those guys don't even know what planet they're on half the time.
I don't think they can walk while tripping on their own cleats. Okay.
But isn't that what QRP is? Is 1500 minus 1?
No. You got a 50,000 watt. Remember?
Some of those guys have enough power for an FM station.
Man, they got enough power to run the White House. But no, I took a slight pause and I was like, this guy just said 100 watts, AC radio, 891, that everybody knows. And 100 watts is QRP. I'm like, and then I had to ask the question that I couldn't bear it no more. I said, do you even know what a AC 891 is? He's like, is it similar to the Icon 7300? I'm like, okay, I just stopped the conversation there because I was like, no. But I thought you guys needed a good laugh.
Oh, yeah. We always need a good laugh.
But yeah, I didn't know, because I'm learning every day that the AC 891 was a 100 watt radio output, or you can drop it, was a QRP radio. Did you guys know that?
I would call that a barefoot radio.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would too.
What do you mean? My 710 is not QRP?
No, yours is 7200 material. Oh, crap. No, I mean, off the record, in my CD days, I ran more power than that, but I'm not saying how much.
I mean, let's be real about it. Who that has a CB radio has ever truly ran legal limit on CB?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I have. I have truly
What?
ran legal limit on CB.
Are you serious? You ran legal limit. So you tell me you ran 4 watts. That's all you ran, 4 watts.
4 watts, swinging 12.
You put a modulator kit on it. Uh-huh.
Nope. That was the radio. That was the radio.
Yeah, so
You can legally sing on single sideband. You can swing to 12 watts legally on a CB radio.
What radio?
Is that a little realistic?
No,
Yeah,
this is a President McKinley.
Oh, President McKinley does a good radio.
Flip that back around there, Nolan. I took you full here so we can see it a little better. Look at that.
I got President Washington sitting at home. It does about 50 watts and so.
This is a single sideband radio. You can do single sideband on this.
And with single sideband on CB, you can dead key 4 watts, swing 12.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You could, yeah.
Now I'll admit I might have ran the radios with Sweet 16s, but no, I have actually ran legal limit radios and actually shot skip all around.
Oh, I have too.
The world.
Now, with that Sweet 16, was that a 4 pill or 3 pill? Just curious.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to drop. I'm gonna have to call it a night.
Yeah, I was only come on here for a little bit. I got back at it. I got flame.
You're at work.
Have a good one, Dave. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, anybody that's coming to the Smart Cam Fest, definitely. And I think mine and Andy's tables are pretty close to each other. Definitely swing by and say hi to
right
them.
across from each other. So, yeah.
All right, fam. We'll see you next time, brother.
All
All right, Jason.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here.
Before you do that, I got one favor.
What?
One favor. Play my music.
I didn't see a super chat.
You know what though?
You know what, Ham? You ain't helping, okay?
But
I didn't see antennas bought either.
But in fairness, Jason is a channel member.
Oh, okay.
And it is the first stream of a new month.
Oh,
you know what that means?
True. Yes, it is. Yes, it
you know what that means? We're going to play a clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man. All right,
There's your one freebie, Jason.
Yeah, I know. Love you, Ham. Love you, Ham.
All right, fellas. Let's go ahead and shut this down. Guys, I'm going to take it full here, and I'll come back to you guys here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody watching, guys. It's been fun. We're going to keep doing this. I will let you know, though, we are beginning the process of getting a new home, y'all. So it's going to there's getting ready to be a process going on. We're still going to try to keep up the streaming schedule, but don't be surprised if we don't have videos posted every day. Buying a new home, selling your current home, all that kind of stuff takes time and energy and things like that. But we're not missing the tour. The tour's going to go on, and we appreciate Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League support throughout the HamShackTV HamFest tour, fueled by Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League. So yeah, guys, be patient. We'll have more content coming out here for you shortly. See several of you saying thank you and 73 and God bless. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget, guys, if you appreciate what we do, drop a super chat or join the channel or do a super thanks if you're watching this after the show is live. And don't forget to check out all the affiliate links down below. Those guys support the channel, and we certainly appreciate their support. Hope y'all have a great night. 73s. We'll see you on the next episode. AA4WX. WSCB 693.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man. All right,
Always got to take one for the road. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. AA4WX WSCB 693. Good night, everybody.